Hi Inderes TV. We initiated coverage of Spinnova and today we'll discuss about the company with our analyst Antti Viljakainen. Hi Antti.
Hi Sara.
Could you first describe Spinnova as a company and its business model?
That's obviously a very long story, but let's try to put it in short. Spinnova is a fiber technology company that has made an innovation to produce very environmentally friendly fibers that look like and feel like cotton from microfibrillated cellulose. And this is obviously a very new technology developed in recent years to make textile fiber production more environmentally friendly and sustainable. The company focuses nowadays on the technology sales, which basically means that they sell IPR to the production companies that would be willing to invest in the mills that produce this fiber. Spinnova's income should come from project sales from the first phase, and then later on also from royalties and some service revenue related to maintenance, for instance. Yeah, I think that's the business model in brief. There are a lot more information available in the report.
That's a good summary. You already touched upon this a little bit, so the company made some changes to the strategy to be much simpler. Could you still tell something about these changes?
Yes, I can. Spinnova made its IPO 2021, and back in then financing was easily available and also relatively cheap. Then Spinnova tried to cover a bit more bigger part of the value chain. So basically the company tried to focus on the technology sales also then, but also production business through joint ventures and fiber sales to brand companies. But then especially this production business is very capital intensive, and when the world changed, inflation picked up and interest rates climbed a lot higher, it became evident that company does not have resources to be in this production business. I'm not even sure if it was their core competence, because Spinnova is from its roots technology company based on this fiber production innovation. So basically these two other business streams were eliminated from the strategy, which in my opinion made the company much more simpler, and nowadays Spinnova can focus capital light and scalable technology business, which is obviously good for investors if they can find companies who are willing to invest in production factories.
Yeah, sounds good. Well, how is the market in Spinnova's field and Spinnova's position in it?
Well, Spinnova is obviously a challenger because the textile market is huge. It was like 200 billion euros nowadays and still growing, growing in line with GDP growth. And Spinnova's fiber, as the technology is new, is still much more expensive than original textile fibers like cotton and polyester and so on. So Spinnova comes as a challenger to the market. And the aim is to break through to mass production, so that Spinnova fibers price point decreases significantly as the company lowers investment and production costs related to its technology and increases share of potential market.
Yeah, well, according to the report, Spinnova will be making a loss for the next few years. How do we see the commercialization proceeding, and when do we think Spinnova will start making profit?
Yes, this is very typical for these kind of early stage companies, that it will take some time to gain critical mass and enough revenues to get the profitability. Spinnova is set to deliver first industrial scale plant to Suzano, which will give company some revenue, and this project will most likely be delivered in 2025, 26, 27, and it will bring some revenue into company. But I don't believe that it's enough to take the profitability on the black side. So it will take a bit more time to get more projects and bigger projects to get enough revenue, so that the company could be profitable in my estimates in 2029. Spinnova's financial target is to be profitable between years of 2028 and 2030. So my estimates are in line with that target, but it will take some years to gain enough revenue to lift the profitability above break even.
Yeah, it takes patience. Well, what are the main growth drivers for the company?
Obviously, all big brands have quite ambitious plans to reduce all kind of emissions that their business causes to the economy, and Spinnova fiber is a tool for them to do that, because it's much more environmentally friendly than any other textile fibers, basically. So the brands and the consumers must need to want more friendly solutions for textile fibers, so that Spinnova's market will expand. Basically, sustainability is one of the most strongest consumer trends, and we expect that this will continue, and eventually it will create the market for Spinnova that will drive the growth for foreseeable future. In addition to that, when we look at in the long big picture, consumption or actually supply of cotton cannot increase in line with demand, because there are plenty of different environmental issues related to cotton production, and cotton is also produced in geographically unstable areas. let's put it that way. So there should be more room for novel fibers, but it will take a bit time to push the price point of the fiber so low that it's cheap enough to compete in mass markets.
Yeah, well, that's the positive side. What about risks?
Spinnova is still early stage company, and there are plenty of risks included in this kind of companies as investment. If I say one more good thing, is that the companies still have cash reserves and financing for the next 4 to 5 years, and it's very possible, if commercialization is successful, that they don't need more external financing. This is thanks to IPO in 2021. when they took a lot of equity in very good market conditions, and there are still cash reserves to be left, which is relatively well, not so common situation if we look at early stage companies like Spinnova. But the risks, the main risk is naturally that the company fails to lower investment cost and production costs are related to its technology. If they cannot reduce the cost, the technology is way too expensive to compete in mass markets. Spinnova's customer base will be very centralized at the beginning of the company's life cycle. Especially this partnership with Suzano is essential. If something would happen with this partnership, Spinnova would face difficulties to find replacement for Suzano. Then there are also question marks how this sustainability trend will evolve in consumer segment and so on. And these are the most obvious risks, but there are also some other risks listed in the report.
Yeah. Well, lastly, how does our estimates and recommendation look like at the moment? Spinnova
is still extremely difficult company to forecast as it's still in early phase. But my base case is based on assumption that Spinnova will reach its cumulative volume based targets related to cumulative technology sales, and it would basically mean that the company could, in my opinion, reach break even in 2029 and get into phase of scalable growth during the next decade. Then with this business model in place, the company could be very well profitable. And then from the 2040s, I don't model any longer strong growth, even if there are many other solutions about textile industry in which Spinnova's technology can be used. But yeah, I expect scalable growth from the next decade onwards for certain amount of time, and then decreasing growth rate and profitability in terminal. But as said, uncertainties are significant. That's why I look at the company's valuation also from scenario perspective. The base case is DCF model, which indicates that share price is not that expensive in my base scenario. Short-term EV sales multiples give a bit more challenging view on valuation, and then the target case that the company is targeting for from the halfway of the next decade, of course, indicates that the stock is very cheap. But my synthesis is that the risk-reward ratio is decent from this point, even if there are always risks that investors can lose money in companies like Spinnova due to its early stage and cash flow negativity. I think that the company is advanced that far that somebody could be interested in technology if they and its IPR if they cannot cannot commercialize technology themselves. So I don't see at this point huge risk that investors could lose all of their capital, which can happen in these kinds of cases. And this, in addition to secured financing, improves, in my opinion, risk-reward ratio of the stock from now onwards.
Okay, thank you, Antti, for these comments.
Thank you, Sara.
Go read more about Spinnova and the report in inderes.se. We'll meet again in other videos. In the meanwhile, read analysis and make good investing decisions.